to the Inside Scoop Emerald Planet. Here again, your host, Dr. Sam.
Hello and welcome to the Emerald Planet as we come to you from Washington, D.C. in the United States as we look around the globe in 144 different nations, looking for those 1,000 best practices, the technologies, the services, and the products that are making a difference as we move through the 21st century. And as we look around the globe and we hear about all the cyber attacks, and as we become more vulnerable as far as the energy supplies, water, food, all the basic infrastructure because of our dependence on the internet, we have to be able to somehow protect from hackers and terrorists around the globe. And how do we do that? And I have a gentleman sitting right here that's going to answer some of those questions for us. This is Michael Pija. He is the Marketing Vice President for Sasa Software.
Right.
And Michael, welcome to the Emerald Planet TV.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Glad to have you with us. Tell us a little bit about what is Sasa Software.
Sasa Software is a software company that is specialized in cybersecurity. We have developed a unique and innovative additional security layer to make sure that the incoming data is malicious free.
Okay. Looking at that, you know, everybody says we're completely secure, there's no problems, give us your money, give us your credit cards, give us your financial or your health data and all these other kinds of things. But every day you hear about, doesn't matter what country it is, people, institutions are getting hacked. And all kinds of breaches. So if everyone says they're secure, but all these hacks are going on to these very large multinational corporations, even the military, I mean, what's going on out there? Why is this really happening?
Well, that's really a good question, because what happened is that on one hand, the security layers that all of them are very good, all of them are state-of-the-art, very famous brands. They all were good for a time before. The hackers, the environment has been changed, and it's changed significantly and very rapidly. The hackers and the attacks are becoming more sophisticated, more silent, and it makes the life of the CIOs that are in charge of the security of the organization that relying on the current security layers much more difficult. Now, the current security layers cannot cope with the new generation of the malicious malware. They need to come with a new approach, innovative approach, thinking out of the box.
Yeah, looking at that, I mean, that's something that's much easier said than done, thinking outside the box. Everybody, you know, comes through, they have all their coursework, they're doing all the things that everybody else is supposed to be doing, but at the same time, they're still vulnerable, you know, to what's going on around the world. And many of these are coming out of countries that you would never think of that would be that sophisticated. Yet some of them are actually, this is really part of their international threat force, if you will, and gives them parity as far as much larger countries or much more wealthy countries. So looking at the existing technologies and all the security is going on is, what do they need to really do to protect themselves in this thinking outside the box concept?
Well, one thing that we have done in Sasa Software is when we looked what is out there in the market. And in the market, there are exceptional good security layers, which are, most of them share three common elements. They are all integrated in the network itself. They are operating on the stream of data, incoming data, which we call online. And they have to do some active procedures in order to trigger something in the incoming data for their being able to make the detection. So we understood that today the hackers are part of their being sophisticated. They learn the pattern and the way that those security layers are operating. They understood the sequence, and now they learn how to overtake it. So by having those three elements in mind, we were thinking out of the box, and we changed our philosophy and the way that we are working 180 degrees. First of all, we position ourselves outside of the network. We are working in the DMZ area. we encounter the threat before it entering into the network. Second, we understood that today the hackers are so sophisticated that we need to park aside the incoming data and to go as deep as possible into the file itself to identify and neutralize any malicious.
And you're doing this as it's coming in before it actually even gets into the system itself.
Exactly, exactly. Mm-hmm. And the third element is that we understood that the active procedures might accidentally trigger something, and then the malware will be already in the network itself. Or the hackers are building their malwares in segments. So you can run some active procedures, but nothing will happen because it's only part of the formula. So what we have done, we have built a full set of procedures.
It's almost like a suite of procedures. Then.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. We are like a quarterback. We have a full set of procedures, but all of them are passive. We are not running the file at any stage. So the chances that something will go wrong is reduced almost to zero.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, too, is then the hackers or the terrorist networks are not seeing your system in real time and able to assess, just like they're assessing whatever they're trying to attack. They have no way to assess because it's passive. Yeah, it's sitting there and just monitoring and seeing what's out there on the horizon then. Is that what you're... What you're explaining?
Not exactly. We are not monitoring the incoming data. What we are doing, we are checking 100% of the incoming data, and we are treating those 100% incoming data as being infected.
I see. So your assumption is it's infected before it gets there.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. And that's how we enforce all those procedures, manipulation, that all of them are passive on the incoming data, and make sure that if there was a malicious embedded in the file, it's being either eliminated or being neutralized.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Looking at it, so this is something that you're saying is quite unique, thinking outside the box. Of course, you're coming from the country of Israel. What's going on there that's different than what's happening, say, in the United States, NAFTA countries, and the European Union, as an example?
Yeah. Well, look, in Israel, it's not secret that we are on a constant battle of defense. It can be against symmetric warfare, asymmetric warfare, and of course, cyber attacks. Now, for that, we have to all the time maintain a cutting-edge technology in terms of the security. And one of the main motivation is the IDF. And it's mandatory that each and every one of us have to serve in the army. So it creates a unique situation where youngsters are being drafted to the army. Part of their work is to encounter cyber attacks, work in cyberspace, all in a very excellence and professionality approach. Mm-hmm. And once they have finished their service, they are going back to the private or the public sector. And they bring their professionality that they gained in the army, they bring it back to the private sector, mm-hmm. and enhance the overall security approach in Israel. That's why I just read in the weekend newspaper before I left over to Washington that in 2014 there was almost a $7 billion buyout of startups in Israel, Israeli companies. And the second thing that is very important also for us, because of the level of expertise and understanding the security needs, that's also what makes the life of SASE software and bringing the Gates kind of technology to the market much more easier, because they appreciate and they embrace the technology.
Well, looking at this whole notion of what you call gate scanner, this is a technology you've developed. So how is that different from what's being used in the United States and in other countries around the globe?
Well, I think that the biggest difference, as I mentioned, is the way of thinking. You have to understand that the security in any organization is made like an onion. It's based on layers, layers and layers and layers, that the whole purpose of those layers is to protect the essential assets of the organization. Now, by having said that, that's important that the security layer, the first security layer, will be something that will encounter the threat in such a way that it will be able to go as deep as possible into the incoming files and the incoming data. Mm-hmm. And this is the gate scanner. The gate scanner allows the organization to enhance the overall security by having it as the first security layer. Now, in Israel, it's being appreciated and understood. First-tier customers in Israel are using the gate scanner technology, starting from governmental agencies through state critical infrastructure, hospitals, clinics, banks. Everybody is using it. Mm-hmm. Variety of sectors. Overseas, still they are adopting the active approach, like various sandboxes and other solutions or other security measures that they are all good, but they have to become as secondary and third layers because they cannot deal with the current threats.
So in other words, you're getting it before it even gets in to the system itself. What kind of organizations, or we're running out of time, but a quick question. Yes. What kind of organizations can benefit from the gate scanner?
Well,
and I have one more question, so let's be quick.
Okay, so definitely state critical infrastructure like power plants, nuclear power plants, airports, municipalities, are a potential customer for the gate scanner. Healthcare organizations like hospitals, ERs, for example, just imagine a shutdown in an ER, right. What can happen. And of course, all the defense organization that can definitely accidentally...
Next 5-10 years, where do you see SASA software?
Well, we believe, I believe...
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 10 years from now, we will be an integrated part of any organization that is out there in the market.
It's fantastic. That's a good summary. And Michael Piatt, thank you for being with us, the Marketing Vice President of SASA Software. And thank you for being with us as we look around the globe to determine how to protect your assets as we create the Emerald Planet.